Hi guys, Tin Spence here again. I'm in the Philippines! I wanted to be here for the 1st of November because we have a tradition where we all go to visit our dead on the 1st of November. We call it All Saints Day. And then 2nd of November, we celebrate as All Souls Day. I wanted to come to visit my mom's grave because the last time I was here in Philippines, it was like 3 years ago for her funeral. I haven't visited her grave since. I was rushing to get here. My flight was 30th of October. I arrived evening of the 31st. So I had to rush to get all the way here. I was originally planning to take the domestic flight from Manila to get to my hometown, which is Naga City, Camarines Sur. But while I was looking for flights on the 1st of November, they only fly in the morning. It's a quick flight, it's like 1 hour flight. So it saves a lot of time. There wasn't any available while I was looking. I was also worried. These domestic flights, sometimes they can be unpredictable, like a little change in weather. Sometimes they would say, oh, we're gonna delay. And sometimes they cancel it. I was kind of worried that that's my only way to get here. And I might not be able to make it. So I started looking at coaches. We are used to taking coaches from Manila to Naga while I was growing up because it's the cheaper option. The planes are so expensive compared to the coaches. Sometimes we just drive, which is cheaper, especially taking how many people with you. It takes about 6 to 8 hours depending on how many stops you make or how fast you're driving. Sometimes we drive at night. You'll be sleeping during the travel, and when you wake up, oh, you're already there. These coaches, these buses, it's like a night bus. Some of them are actually made to cater to sleeping while traveling. So they actually try to make it very, very comfortable. So the seats actually recline all the way and you can properly lay down and you have a lot of space. I looked for those because I was like, oh, I know that we do that anyway. They range in different prices. Like some of them, they're not really going to recline all the way. You won't have as much space and they'll probably be cheaper. But they're very well air conditioned. The flights were about 150 pounds, but the coaches are only 35 pounds. So if you compare the prices, there's a really big gap on the prices. And I think, growing up, I don't think we can afford the flights anyway. I never flew. Growing up, I never really flew until I went to England. And that was when I was already 26. We weren't rich growing up and we couldn't afford flights. So we always just used the coach. So it's not something new to me. It's like, I don't really mind. And it says sleeper. Ang galing! So I booked that. I already booked the tickets. Someone showed me that there's available flights for the 1st of November. Which was really annoying. But for me, I was like, well, at least I managed to save some money. I didn't have to spend that much. And I got to experience that sleeper bus that I haven't really seen before. It's different. It's like they separated the top and the bottom of the bus. And then, so there's like a lower deck and an upper deck. That whole space is your spot and you have plenty of space. My problem is I didn't bring a blanket and a pillow, so I wasn't really comfortable, and they make it really, really cold. Here, people are used to, if they're gonna have air conditioning, especially if they're going to sleep, it seems like they make the temperature really, really cold. That they actually have to use a comforter or a duvet. I didn't really sleep well. I don't know if I'm jet lagged, that's why. Or maybe because I wasn't really that comfortable because I was so cold. I would sleep for an hour and then wake up and then look at the time and I'm like, what? They have toilets as well in there. They stop around 12 midnight for a stopover so everyone can go. They used to stop in one of those places where you can get traditional local food. But now it seems like they just stopped over at a McDonald's. After 12, then they don't stop anymore and then you just go straight. It was saying on the itinerary that we were not gonna get here until 7:35. But then we got here at 5 a.m. So that was actually quite quick. So it's like from 12 until 5 is like just straight journey. In low volume, they play some music, you know, like old music. Which is not really bad for sleeping. But I guess that's the way for the driver to keep themselves awake maybe. And I'm like, well, I'd rather have music and keep the drivers awake. So the address that they've put on the, you know, when you buy the tickets, they give you a receipt, they give you instructions, how to get there, where to find the place. But the place that they put in there was the ticketing office, not really the place where the buses will pick you up from. I was already searching it beforehand because I was planning, oh, I'm gonna be hungry after my flight because I have to catch it. My flight arrives evening, like 6-ish, and then this bus leaves at 9. So I think I have pretty limited amount of time. Although when I search it on Google Maps, from the airport to the bus stops, it's half an hour, 30 minutes drive. And it seems like there's a lot of malls around. I already know that I'll be wanting to eat before I travel again. Especially after plain food. I mean, Cathay Pacific is not so bad. As far as plain food is concerned, I'd want to eat something that I'm craving. Star Mall, it says that it's right next to the address that they have given me. And I thought that was the pickup. I'll just go to Star Mall. That's where I'm gonna have my dinner, yeah? Abang is the bus station that I chose because it's nearer to the international airport. So I knew exactly what to tell the taxi driver. I was gonna get a Grab, but I forgot to download the app. So I didn't manage to do Grab. But I knew that there's a lot of taxis outside the airport anyway. So I said, I'll just get one of those taxis. Star Mall Alabang. And then he took me there. And then when we got there, it turns out that the Star Mall is already burnt down. So I was like, what? I was thinking I was gonna eat there. When I got to the address that was given there, they were telling me no more. And I'm like, well, I already have a ticket. And then they looked at my ticket and then they said, oh, you booked it online, like from abroad and stuff. And so they were like, oh yeah, I think they're expecting you at the pickup location. And so there's a different pickup location apparently. I had to take a tricycle to get to the pickup. So it says on the online thing that the 20 kilo luggage is free, but then they make you pay for some insurance. You would tell them some sort of rough estimate of how much is in your luggage, and then they would make you pay. I remember I had to pay 80 pesos, but I said that it was like 1,000 pesos. Estimate. There's like a nearby KFC, a lot of nearby like places to eat, so I managed to get something. 5-minute walk. The people there just told me because I was like, oh, where can I eat? Because I'm really, really hungry.
Sige, ikaw nga mag-hike.
Hello po! You have other options for going into Naga from Manila. If you ever want to visit Naga City, you don't always have to take the plane if you want to save some money. You just want to check out the coaches. It's really popular for the local people here. That's what they normally take to travel from Manila to Naga. I hope you like this video. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. Share it with your friends and subscribe to my channel. I'm a ninja without a name. Don't fall in love. Pre-recorded na edit ko naman
Hindi
siya.
naman narinig yung washing machine namin.
Okay lang.